The 17 News at Sunrise podcast is brought to you by Clinica Sierra Vista.
Welcome back to the 17 News at Sunrise podcast, where we share your news on your schedule.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Sunrise.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us here for 17 News at Sunrise. It's 5 a.m. I'm Moses Small in this morning for Maddie Jensen.
And I'm Alex Fisher. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. When we begin this morning with breaking news from overnight, at least one person is dead after a head-on crash on Weed Patch Highway. It happened just after 2:30 this morning at the intersection of Smith Road. According to CHP, two cars crashed head-on, leaving several people pinned inside at least one of them. CHP also reports passerbys pulled over and tried pulling people out of the car. It is unclear how many people were involved in this crash, but the coroner arrived shortly after it happened. We'll keep you updated as soon as we learn more. Here at 17 Crime Watch this morning, a teenager has been arrested for trying to kidnap 3 children from 2 separate locations. Deputies say 18-year-old Alina Cerda tried to kidnap 2 children being pushed by their mother in a stroller near Olive Drive and Knudsen Drive on Tuesday afternoon. According to KCSO, she then attempted to kidnap another child walking with his mother in the same area. Officials say Cerda had been released from the downtown jail only a few hours before the alleged kidnapping attempts.
Meantime, a woman has been arrested in connection to a shooting in Shafter last week. Shafter police say they arrested 33-year-old Crystal Juarez for shooting a man on Nickel Street back on November 16th. Police say the man was shot 4 times and was taken to the hospital, but is expected to survive. Juarez is being held on $750,000 bail and is due in court next week.
From our 17 follow-up file this morning, the mortgage on the house of Kern County Deputy Philip Campus, who was killed during a standoff with a gunman in Wasco, has been paid in full by a New York foundation. The Tunnel to Towers Foundation says it paid the mortgages of 8 first responders in California who died this year. The foundation has paid mortgages of 450 homes across the country in the past 20 years. The 35-year-old Campus was among 5 people killed during the July 25th incident. 41-year-old gunman Jose Manuel Ramirez Jr. also killed his wife, 42-year-old Viviana Ruiz Ramirez, and sons Jose Manuel Ramirez III and Angel Manuel Ramirez before he was shot and killed by deputies. Tunnel to Towers says it pays off mortgages for first responders who have died in the line of duty in order to make sure their families will, quote, always have a place to call home.
And the investigation into a plane crash in Frasier Park area continues this morning. It happened around 3:15 p.m. Wednesday near the intersection of Cuddy Valley and Lockwood Valley Roads. One person was taken to the hospital in critical condition. There is a small airstrip in the area, Stauffer Airfield, located just south of where the crash was reported. Ventura County officials say it appears to be the result of a failed landing attempt.
5:05 is their time now, and Thanksgiving is officially in the books, but CHP officers will continue to be out in full force the rest of this weekend, running through the end of the weekend. CHP says it will be adding extra patrols looking for people breaking the law while behind the wheel. CHP says during this time last year, 33 people died on roadways within its jurisdiction. Nearly half of them were not wearing seatbelts. In addition, nearly 900 people were arrested for alcohol and drug-related offenses. The Highway Patrol also says it is working with local law enforcement agencies to aggressively investigate organized retail crimes in the wake of 2 headline-grabbing flash mob robberies in the Bay Area last weekend. The Organized Retail Crime Task Force will work to pursue leads, identify suspects, and recover stolen merchandise. The CHP is also increasing patrols on freeways near major shopping centers.
Now looking ahead to this weekend, Christmas is right around the corner, and along with that, the return of a local holiday favorite. The 19th annual Holiday Lights at Calm kicks off tomorrow. Crews have been working since August to get ready for the dazzling display. More than 3 million lights will illuminate Calm and a parade of cars and holiday cheer. They're continuing the drive-through format this year. Tickets are $30 per car with discounts for Calm members and active military and veterans. And just a reminder, 17 News at Sunrise will be live from Calm next Friday morning for our annual Christmas Spectacular show featuring local talent as we celebrate the holiday season.
So Maddie and I were actually out there last week, or actually earlier this week. I forgot, it's the holiday messes up. We're in the same week. So we went out there and they turned the lights on. It is beautiful. So it's going to be the drive-through. So what you're seeing here is what it looked like in years past that you may remember, where you're able to park, get out, go in the grounds. It's a completely different drive-through display from last year even. So go check it out, $30 a car, and we're really excited about what we have planned for next Friday morning.
And you know, we love all of these displays, and another one with millions of lights, Christmas Town at Pioneer Village, returns today. Reservations are not required for the drive-through and walk-through attraction. Organizers say this year's event includes a holiday hayride and a giant Christmas tree surrounded by a light show. There's even a cozy house with a roaring fire where Santa can meet visitors. You can check out Christmas Town until January 1st, and it runs every day with gates opening at 5:30 p.m. but is closed on December 1st. Tickets start at $25. Now I took a tour through there, and they say they have more than 5 million lights.
Oh, wow.
So it was impressive. It's a huge display. And Black Friday is officially underway this morning across the country and here at home. Shoppers are lining up to score the best deals they're going to find all year.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are getting ready to head out the door this morning. Bakersfield's Best Buy opened its doors about 8 minutes ago. And 17's Chris Burton joins us live from the store this morning with more. And Chris, I know we were talking earlier this morning. Yeah, okay, we know the doors are officially open. People have been out there, though, for more than 12 hours waiting for this moment. Chris?
Yeah, Alex, I spoke to a couple of people who were here at 3 p.m. yesterday. The entire line, which got a lot bigger as we were getting closer to the store opening, is now inside. And for a lot of people, it's not necessarily the deals that are attractive, but whether they can actually find the items they want. I'll have a lot more coming up after this.
All right, Chris, I know, again, today is a crazy day. I was actually on my way in looking at some of the shopping centers, noticing a lot of people already making their way. I think Kohl's opened early this morning too, so I saw some people at least either lining up or going in and out of the stores. And the great thing though, in years past, you know, a lot of these stores were already open. They open on Thanksgiving. Not the case anymore.
Not the case this year. I mean, even with the changes, we're expecting just chaos. I may hit the mall a little bit later, and it's going to be busy. So, it's special time.
Regardless, once those stores open, it will be busy.
Turning now to 17 Court Watch, a Kern County correctional officer who gunned down his estranged wife's lover will continue serving a life sentence after an appellate court upheld his convictions. Rigoberto Sanchez shot and killed 33-year-old Edwin Lima through the master bedroom window of an apartment back in 2017. A jury found him guilty of all charges a year later. Sanchez, his wife Sandra, and Lima all worked as correctional officers in Tehachapi. On appeal, Sanchez contended prosecutor Gina Pearl committed error during her closing argument by telling the jury the defense counsel had repeatedly lied. The 5th District Court of Appeal, however, found that Pearl did not suggest Sanchez's attorney was dishonest, but that she was plainly arguing Sanchez lied to everyone in the case, and that counsel had repeated those same lies.
5:34 is our time now. And newly released court documents reveal what helped police identify the gunman behind a deadly shooting at a Delano cemetery. The key to the investigation? A bottle of beer. Joel Santos Maldonado was shot and killed at North Kern Cemetery on the evening of February 5th. According to court records obtained by 17 News, witnesses told investigators they saw the shooter drinking beer by a gravesite moments before he opened fire. That bottle of Budweiser ended up having the DNA of 18-year-old Ray Anthony Torres on it. He was arrested in Ohio months later. Torres is due back in court December 7th.
And now another unwanted twist in our fight against the pandemic. A new variant of the coronavirus has been detected in South Africa. Scientists say it's a concern because of its high number of mutations and rapid spread among young people. The coronavirus evolves as it spreads, and many new variants, including those with worrying mutations, often just die out. Scientists monitor for possible changes that could be more transmissible or more deadly. But sorting out whether new variants will have a public health impact can take time. The World Health Organization was set to meet today to assess the new variant and may decide whether or not to give it a name from the Greek alphabet. And here at home, we learned of 12 new deaths on Wednesday. According to public health data, more than 100 people died from COVID-19 in October alone. We also learned another 253 people have been infected with the virus. Hospitalizations, however, continue to drop. The latest state data shows 143 people are hospitalized due to the virus, 27 receiving intensive care. And we're expecting another update on Monday on how many people were infected over the long holiday weekend.
People across the country yesterday reclaimed many of the traditions that had been on pause last year, even as the pandemic battle continues, with many parts of the country seeing COVID cases climbing once again. NBC's Gabe Gutierrez reports.
They floated across tightly packed streets, beacons of Americana. This year, symbols of triumph.
Very emotional, incredibly emotional. When I saw that turkey come down, I just burst into tears. I thought of everything New Yorkers have gone through, everything Americans have gone through the last 2 years, but this brings us back.
The Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade drawing thousands of onlookers for the first time since the pandemic began.
Last year, this parade was only a block long and a very small crowd. Things have changed.
It has been very stressful. And to be here right now is definitely a blessing.
And yet, for some, the stress is not over yet, with COVID cases now rising in parts of the Midwest and the Northeast. In Michigan, 2 military medical teams are set to arrive next week to help overwhelmed hospitals. In Massachusetts, the governor has ordered facilities with bed shortages to cancel elective surgeries starting next week.
As a healthcare worker, really devastating to have to make people wait for so long to get care that they really do need.
In Maine, similar measures.
To me, it's a really big deal.
Wendy Perkins' 14-year-old daughter Emily has autism and is waiting for an endoscopy.
To get this close to the finish line and have them really pretty much tell us the race is over, I feel very defeated.
Remarkably, Erie County, New York just recorded its highest daily number of COVID cases ever.
Unfortunately, we are going in the wrong direction, and this is the worst direction we've ever had.
But hospitalizations among those who are vaccinated and younger are still rare. In Minnesota, for example, the death rate for fully vaccinated people under 50 during the Delta surge was 0.0 per 100,000 people.
There's 3 driving factors for the increase in cases. A high unvaccination rate still in parts of the country. Number 2, a majority of the new cases are children who are also unvaccinated. And then 3, we're seeing these cases cropping up in social settings.
All right, now let's look at the headlines from around town. Blessing Corner Ministries kicked off the holiday season yesterday by providing a Thanksgiving meal to hundreds in Bakersfield. Organizers and volunteers gathered at Union Avenue Church yesterday for their annual Thanksgiving meal giveaway. Yams, mashed potatoes, gravy, turkey, ham, and much more was served up to ensure everyone in our community had a meal to look forward to.
Thanksgiving wouldn't be the same for us if we don't do this. We've been doing it for so long that it's become not only a way of life, but a part of our life, but it's a part of our sincerely held belief. Those that don't have, those that need help, it is the church's responsibility to step up and help where you can.
Sheriff Donnie Youngblood also making an appearance to help hand out the meals. For upcoming distribution events, just head to blessingcorner.com.
And CityServe also served up some meals yesterday. They partnered with CAVCA and Dignity Health to provide Thanksgiving lunches to residents of the M Street Navigation Center. 3rd District Supervisor Mike Maggard and Assemblymember Rudy Salas took part as well. The shelter has served hundreds of Kern's homeless residents since it opened in May 2020. Welcome back, and happening now, 'tis the season of giving, and we're asking you to get involved by providing clothing to our local homeless population. KGET is teaming up with Dignity Health for our annual coat drive. In 2021, more than 2,000 people in Kern County reported experiencing homelessness at some point. That is a 27% increase compared to last year. You can donate new or gently used coats and blankets right here at the KGET studios here in downtown Bakersfield at 22nd and L Streets. We're going to be collecting those coats until December 22nd.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Sunrise.
The 17 News at Sunrise podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.